Alright, happy Tuesday everybody. It's been a little bit of time. It's been a hot minute. The last week's been really busy, and we finally got a chance here to sit here and draw and have some fun and a little bit of relaxation time. So, I hope you've all had a great weekend, had a good last week, and if you watch my Facebook, Instagram, actually I really didn't have much video even last week. I was so busy between so many projects that were going on that I had happening and trying to get people some stuff done for them to where they can keep their stuff going on. But anyway, I'm doing good, and we got a little bit of downtime, a little bit of relaxed time. So tonight, I figured we're going to leave it up in the air. If you guys decide you want me to draw something particular, we can. If not, I got my little sketchbook and got my larger sketchbook, and I'm just going to pull out anything that we're had. Brian, howdy, no PT today. Waiting on insurance. Glad you're doing well. Oh, well, thank you, brother. No PT today. Well, that's good. Have you been doing it regularly, brother? So, the insurance, is that the, oh, you're waiting on the insurance. I thought that, for a second, I thought you were talking about your house insurance, but no, you're waiting on the insurance when they get the approval on it, correct? So, but anyway, so what we're going to do, let me shoot this over to the other screen. Flip it over, and that way you got me on the little screen here. And you can see what's going on with this. So we got bigger sketch pad, little sketch pad. We'll probably jump between the two of them. I was playing with this one earlier, and I was actually trying to remember my brother when he was real little, when he was younger and stuff, and how he used to stand and whatnot. I was working on an image for that twice a week. I did it Monday. I got approved for 7 more sessions. The last 7. Then I'm on my own. All right. Well, at least you got a little bit more going on. I hope you're doing all right. And oh, thanks, brother. Yeah. So, we're going to do just a little bit of quick sketching, and it's not going to probably be too detailed on stuff today. And like I said, we're going to keep things loose. I haven't even had a chance to work on the mural piece that I was working on prior. But let me get my glove on. And I've been working on my drawing pad, my digital tablet so much that tonight I just felt like I need to pull out some old pencil and paper and have some fun with that. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm using my my 1.3 lead, so it's a real nice thick lead, so it'll be loose sketching. I have my kneaded roller. Watching your brother's birthday. So I know my brother's birthday is Sunday. Also, you guys' anniversary, Crazy Quilter. So I know all about that stuff. Let's see here. I got the pencil, got kneaded eraser, got some sketch pad. Probably use my electric eraser as well. And I might flip over if I decide to do any detail to my Sumo grip, my 0.7 millimeter. And might actually use one of my Tortolans for a rub pencil or whatnot. And oh, I forgot to turn my screen off in the background. I was just wondering what that white was back there. I have it. It's batch processing. I got my other computer doing some batch work and stuff for some images to make a PDF. But let's see let me see what I've been working on so you guys can get caught up. I have a client that I've been doing a lot of art boards and stuff and marketing and e-commerce, creating websites and pieces for my client all last week. And of course I was working on aircraft between the Cessna that you guys see the videos on, and also an autopilot that I'm working on the wiring for, which is actually behind me up on that table. And just because the weather's been so bad and stuff, I wasn't able to run back and forth outside the workshop, so I brought my stuff in here and just kind of did it there because we had like some tornado warnings past couple days. And it did tear up my carport, so my little carport in the back there is bent and twisted, so that's coming down now. And I'm gonna have to see about what I gotta do to read something that I can put in its place, or what I can do now to make it better. But let's see what else we got going on. Yes, it is. I need to get my electric eraser. I'm trying to get a container to put it all together, travel with all. It's in a bag right now. Well, then I have an idea for a Mother's Day gift. So, aside from the one that you gave me an interesting piece to. But no. So what else? Let's see. What else? Oh yeah, I'm working. I got another client that I'm doing an entire whole property. It's not just a house network system. For Wi-Fi and networking stuff, to be able to put a security system in. It's actually they have a decent amount of property, and they want to have Wi-Fi to where it expands across the outdoor area and stuff, and make sure they have a good coverage of things. So I've been working on I've been putting that together, and I think next week, maybe this Friday, all the stuff should be here, and we're going to be installing that. And then once that's installed, then I have some video surveillance systems to put in for that client, and then I have another client that wants to see me after that to see about getting some video security stuff put in, and of course been doing computer work and stuff at the side. So unfortunately, I've been having a little bit of time to read all my neat books and stuff that I've been collecting and whatnot. I have a lot of neat stuff that I came across lately at thrift stores and estate sales, and some really cool stuff that I'll bring it in one time. We'll get it kind of more organized, and we'll do a live stream on some of that stuff as well on it. But no, in the meantime, let's work on some of the art pieces here, and let's just do a little bit of sketch. I got some movie playing on the side here on my screen as well, that kind of get me into the mood, and watch some animation stuff, kind of get a little bit of a feel to it. But let's see here. So I actually came across something that's on a site called NHK Japan, and it's a video on demand, and they got all sorts of stuff that they have on there, from news events, of course, and the stuff around Japan and stuff, because I'm a Japan buff. And they had a neat article on Hayao Miyazaki, and he's the guy who created the Studio Ghibli animes and movies and stuff to it, and he's got a really nice art style and everything to it. So they actually had a 10-year biography on him that they did a video in 4 parts, and it's free. You can watch it free on their video on demand site. You don't even have to sign up or anything, and you can just watch that and a whole bunch of neat stuff. If you want to check it out, you just Google NHK video on demand, and then you can look through, and they have all sorts of neat goodies and stuff in there other than that. But anyway, so I was watching that, and I was reading, and I was kind of seeing about his biography and how he did for his animation stuff. And I always like to see how everybody else does, but I think we're going to work on today. We're going to play with a sketch for Miyazaki, and one of his animes that was a really great anime was called My Neighbor Totoro. So I think we're going to play with that, and we're going to see if we can recreate one of those scenes. But anywho, let's and his animations and stuff, they're very nice, they're very detailed and stuff on feeling organic and realistic, but they're not like edgy type. They're very kind of almost, I think he actually uses watercolor a lot for that. Like a lot of them, they use a thing called poster paint, which is pretty cool paint. It's sort of like gouache paint, but it's, instead of it using dyes, it actually uses like crushed pigments, which is actually pretty cool with that. So let's see here. But yeah, we'll play with some Totoro this time. See how we can build him out a little bit. This way. Let's get this hand here. The Totoro is sort of like a little house spirit. So let's see if we can big of. Give him his little nose. I think he's got little brows like that. These might be too long. I don't think he's got that long of whiskers. So, and of course, let's see. We can. Kind of has like a little bit of an owlish like body. Kind of, not totally. So, and of course he's got his little friends. So let's see if we can. And he plays one of the areas. He actually plays music in the tree and stuff, and it kind of has a neat little vibe to it because it's like in the late night and stuff. And the girls that live in the house nearby actually see the Totoro and see his little buddies and stuff. So it's kind of a neat little magical type thing. Let's see if we can. So we'll have the Totoro like that, and there's the other ones that are kind of smaller. And because he's a really big guy, so maybe we'll put another one up here. And they kind of just have like these nice little rounded areas, and they kind of gave them little pointy ears. We'll give them all the same little. They almost looks like they have a coconut or some sort of thing they're using to make music with. So we're just going to lay that out, and we'll see what we can come up with. So let's see if we can give a little bit of a tree look. There we are. And let's see here. He's got a tail, so we got to put his tail down here. He's kind of has like a little fluffy tail. Alright, Totoro. But yeah, it's kind of cool. So let's kind of give a little bit of that, and and of course I can hear the music constantly because I know the music to it. It's got some nice little symphony music. But anyway, if you guys decide to tell me what you guys been up to, that'd be great to hear what you guys been doing. Let's see if we can. See, there's a little girl that usually, there's two girls, so let's see, maybe we'll put the older one, will be about here, and give it a little body that way, give her, look like her legs are, like she's sitting on the edge of the tree branch as well. Got a little, she'll have a little croon as well. There we go. And she, of course, will have her dress that she usually wears. Let's see. Let's see. She kind of had like a short hairstyle, the girl did. Next to that one. Let's see here. Actually, the weather had gotten so bad this past week, we had power outages and everything also, that I actually had to buy a battery sentinel for this thing because it was just wreaking havoc with this. So if you guys have a computer and you don't have a battery sentinel, it's always a good thing to have, even if it only lasts for a few minutes. That way you can get a chance to turn it off properly and it doesn't cause any other issues. That's my little 2 cents for the computer stuff. And let's see here. Got a little guy here as well. Alright, kind of have that. And then I think we'll put the little girl. Let's see if we can change this up to where it looks like it has like a little, almost like one of the branches here. Like that. Kind of splits off a little bit that way, and it almost looks like a little chair. And that means that way she can sit on it. And we'll give her feet kind of that way. There we go. And this one little pigtails. So we'll have her up that. And we're getting our layout that we want. It's looking pretty good. Alright. So I got the basic on. Let me see if I can pull up some model sheets of the actual people, of the actual Totoro and everything like that, so that way I can get a good idea of what they look like now that I got my piece laid out. Let's go to model sheet. Anytime. There we are. Let's see what a Totoro has. Right. There we are. Looks awesome. Well, yep, we got this basic layout we're going to use for this, and we'll go from there. So, let's see. Let's see if we can. And if you've never seen the movie, it's a good movie to see. I think it's on. I think HBO Max has them for free, and I think Netflix is actually. I think Netflix. No. I think it's Prime actually has them, or somebody else has them now. But they're really cute movies. They're really good, kind of wholesome type movies. I don't think his ears are quite so pointy. I think they're kind of rounded like that. They got a fat area and they got like this little. That's more like it. Looking at the model sheet we have, it looks like about like so. Like so. Let's see. I don't quite like the way that looks. Let's see if we can adjust that a little bit. He's got across him. Let's see. He kind of has like the way his belly runs up. He's kind of like a white tufted fur, but he's got like these little upside down chevrons here. And I think they go like that way. And then they kind of go in between. Like so. Alright. And we'll kind of run that way. Then he kind of has a little. Hello, good to see you back this week. Yep, it's been pretty busy. We over the week we've been tornado warnings and all sorts of stuff going on all weekend, and the week was busy. It's been quite eventful of lots of stuff. So it is good to be back and just kind of having a little bit of downtime, a little bit of relaxed time to be able to work on some of this some goodies and just having some fun with it. So let's kind of do that. That should work. We'll go this way. Like that. That should work out. Coconut he's got for our little, whatever little hard shelled piece he's using for a musical instrument. Like that. And let's see here. It might be a little low. Let's give that, make that a little bit higher to where it feels like. So we'll probably give it maybe up here. That looks a little bit more like it. Yep. Clean that part up. He's got a little like this, and let's see. Give him a little bit of a fur layout because he's a roundy. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can pop up the photo so you can get an idea of what the characters look like. This is what I'm using as my reference. See if it'll. No. Usually it works. I think my photo viewer might not be working right. Let's see. That's not working. Maybe this guy. There we are. It's just he's behind all the texts. Let's see if we can move him up a little bit further. There we go. So that's what the reference pieces I'm using right now with. So, and that's what these guys are. So I'm just making this scene out of looking at the characters for that one. So let me put this back down here for now. Let's see if I can. Oops. I need to open that up. I wasn't supposed to. I'm trying to. There we go. That's more like it. And let's see. Can I include? That's the. Where's my? I lost my photo viewer. That's what it is. I lost my photo viewer button on my little quick button tabs down here. These guys. Anyhow, but anyway, that's what I'm working with. So turn that off now. Toward keep going. That's what I'm kind of using as the reference guide to it. So we'll just proceed along as planned. It's gonna have a little claws this way, holding his little. Like I said, a little instrument up to his mouth there. Cheek blowing. Let's see. Across a neat old book. It's from 19, I think. Well, it's a little bit earlier than that, but the print version I have, I think, is the number 4, the 4th run of it. So it's a 4th edition for it, but it hasn't been changed at all. Other than the intro on it, and it's on Japan stuff, of course. But it was an actual architecture book and on the wood joinery. So it's actually really cool to see just what all the detail they went into on why they did this that way and where they got the wood from for locally sourced. It was neat stuff. So, got some neat goodies. Picked up some neat stuff also on like Simple Life. I found a book series called Foxfire. It basically shows you how to do the gardens, how to make salves, all sorts of neat stuff. Came across all sorts of goodies. And what's really funny is I came across a I think it's 49, a calculus and trig book. And calculus, I've always had a little bit. I mean, I can do it, but I've always had some difficulty with it. And the books that I would look at and stuff now were always a little bit more difficult to understand. But for some reason, this old book that looks like a set of just simple instructions, like hardly any pictures and stuff, just the formulas and whatnot, it seems to explain it a whole lot better. And I don't know why we kind of changed it up from that, but in my opinion, it seems to work out really well. Found that one and a neat geometry book to go with it, 50 cents. And give the book a nice good home. And what I'm hoping to do is I'm actually working on an app right now to build to where I can put my library collection in that app, to where it will just, you can search for it and be able to just read through it. I mean, you won't be able to download or anything. It'll be all stuck on the app and stuff. So, and it'll be on my server here because I have my own cloud server. So let's give him a little. There we go. Clean those guys up a little bit more. But anyway, the whole app thing is just more training for me for the user interface and user experience designer stuff. So I'm just kind of building stuff to play with. So let's see if we can gotta do a little bit better job here in getting this, incorporating his feet in. He's got like little legs, so we'll have to kind of put his feet like that, and maybe we'll have him his feet hanging down a little bit. That's what I like. So. There we go. And just keep feeling out till we get to where it feels right. Maybe we'll bring him a little bit higher over here. And let's not make that so sharp. There we go. So we'll have that. We've got this branch that he's hanging out on. To give a couple little runs through. And let's see here. Keep this guy on hand so I can lighten up some of the sketch marks. And do some cleanup as we keep going, because he's got a nice. Let's see, his tail's going to come. We might actually have to bring his tail a little bit out, because it kind of has a fluffy tail that goes in the back. Not like overly fluffy, but it's still a little fluffy. There we go. This way. There we are. Let's see if we can carry this branch through. Little areas where you can see like it's gotten some bark on it. Nice text message from one of my buddies. Yeah. Getting to have one of my good friends back nearby and stuff to be able to hang out with. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be very fun. Let's see if we can we'll start playing with this a little bit before we start bringing in the details of the rest of them. Add a little bit of shadow in here and make sure we got this Totoro out nicely. It's neat seeing everybody. It's what I like to do is I'll sometimes sit as I'm studying, reading, and whatnot. I'll put some other artists' YouTube or some of the video biography stuff, and it's neat to see how everybody else's work on how they come up with their character. Let's see if we can give them a little bit of a directional difference here. Kind of match a little bit of the fur, because we're gonna smooth this stuff out a little bit here. I might have made him a little bit of a roly-poly Totoro, but not too bad. Start to really see how this is starting to start to come together. And we'll start adding a little more detail on it. Okay, so we got the two girls. Maybe, let's see here. Having fun. Socks, got her knee, got her little dress, got the other. Give her shoes. Now the shoes are going to be backwards because her legs are crossed. Just like so. In the bottom there. Alright. That's coming out nice. Nice little sketch. Nice little sketchbook that we're sketching in, so it's not looking too bad. We're just kind of having some fun with it. We're not doing really working on too hard of details. We're just kind of getting the feel. It looks like they're out there. And we'll give it like a nice nighttime, like they're out there. We'll probably put the moon or something maybe over here. A little bit of cloud set up. Looking great. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it, brother. Like I said, just going to have a little bit. See if we can work some of these. Make this look like they're up at the top, so it might be the tree might be topped. I have to. There we go. Look like this is the big part of the trunk, so it's got to be a little bit fatter. Looks like it's holding them nicely as it comes out. That's looking a little bit better. And let's see. Here we are. And we'll just kind of make this little Totoro, little guy. He's just going to be giving little puffy cheeks because he's really blowing hard. Make his eyes a little closed there. got some of the, do some little leaves like a bush. Doesn't have to be so. There we go. Okay, so we kind of got that. Let's see. And of course we gotta, let's get the little sister. Give her, she's got nice big tails. Stick out the sides, so. Alright. Sleeves for her outfit, and she just got the simple dress. There we go. Put her up there on the end of that one little tree stump. Couple little bush looks and stuff on it. There we go. Just to have a little bit of fun here. And let's see. Well, we're getting some decent area on it. We're kind of showing a little bit of the tree, like they're up on the very top branch, so that way we can probably work a little bit of clouds and stuff in as well on this. So, let's see here. Got a little message. Okay, nothing. All right. See if we can give a little bit of a, try to get a little bit of randomness out on this artwork. And we can give a little, there we go. Just kind of trying to bring in a little bit of a, to where it feels like we actually have a little bit of variation in there in depth. So, what do I got? I keep getting stuff all over the place in this. Let's see. Let's go ahead and lighten him up a little bit. Let's see if we can give him a little bit. This one's a slightly bigger Totoro, so we can, instead of him being so little like that, we can give him a little bit more of a facial expression to things. Make this guy look like he really... He's got his little flute piece there, his little... There we go. kind of humming along, moving back and forth. So we'll give this one a little stretch. There we are. And he might actually have like 2 little chevrons because he's not quite big enough to be a big Totoro yet. So. Got a little Totoro set up. Let's see what we can do here. Maybe we'll grab. Let's see. Maybe I'll start with a clean one, or we'll work with this one a little bit thinner. Okay. So let's go this way. Let's see if we can. We'll put the moon over here, so we'll give them a little bit of a lighting difference like that. So. We might actually cut this short tonight. We might actually just do an hour one tonight, because I do still have a lot of stuff I gotta get done. Just logged in, looking good. Strong branch. Yep. Kind of having it toward a little bit of a magical area. That shouldn't be too bad. Let's, This will actually be a pretty good piece for just using pencil and just kind of shading stuff to get like a moonlight, because we'll actually do like the night sky also. We'll kind of gray out the background here and kind of we'll open up a little area for the moon once we put it all the way through. So it shouldn't be too bad. So let's see. So we'll have a light area here. It should start to get, as he rolls around, the moonlight will be a little bit not hitting this area, so it'll be darker definitely. I'm just kind of moving in different directions. That way we can get a little bit of a, still has like a little bit of a fur look to it. So he has a little bit of a texture. And you can always come back in a little bit. Add a little bit more into there. here, what I'm going to do is I'll come back to my electric eraser and kind of lighten it up a little bit. I'll probably do. Let me clean up some of the spots area a little bit there, because we're still using a real fat area. I'll go like this. Lighten some edges of that. Where you almost have sort of like the illumination that kind of glows off the back and stuff on there as well. And of course, if your tip gets a little dirty, just take your thumbnail and just do that and spin it off and start anew. Literally just clean it off. Let me bring this guy up a little bit more too. There we go. And of course, we're gonna electric eraser leaves a lot of leftover goodies. So now we can blend that slightly back in to where it's not so strong. Perfect. Let's see if we can get this Totoro done up. And of course his nails are going to be a little bit dark, definitely a darker piece to that. I should have tried to draw this. I should have tried to draw this in. Yeah. It's a nice little fun thing. It doesn't have to be anything too detailed. You just kind of... It's actually a good practice on just working lights and darks. That's all it is. Nice and slow. Simple. You know, it's not like super detailed stuff like we're creating a character, like you see a lot of these illustration or comic type style characters where they're ultra detailed. This is kind of a nice little relaxing, fun thing that you can enjoy yourself with and have some. Here we go. And you'll notice I should have drawn it instead of quilting. Hey, we all got our little things. But yeah, absolutely. So. There we go. You know, it's been about... I did a lot of digital artwork and vector artwork last week, but I didn't get a chance to really just sit down and do any drawing like this. Because I really only get a chance to do this usually when I'm with you guys on the live stream. Or if my daughter's got some free time and she wants to do some drawing, and I'll sit down and we'll do some sketching. But a little busy lately for that even. So let's give this lighter. Grab a little corner of this. Let's see if we can. Just give him a little. That way he's not to look so white through the middle here. We'll give him a little. Shadow also, it looks like he's actually got it up underneath there. He's got a little bit of a handheld. There we are. There we are. We'll really make his eyes pop by clearing out any of that stuff around there. So he's got these really brilliant, glistening eyes. There we go. And let's go ahead and do his tail. I've used this guy so long, he's actually starting to separate. I really definitely like to get all my usage I can out of these guys. These guys aren't that expensive, but still. I have my favorites, and it's not like I don't have plenty of them. I literally have a drawer full of these things, different sizes, like a drawer full of them. So, that's about give up anything. I don't think I could give up my books or my art stuff. That's about it. I love my books. And I love my art stuff to go to draw. There we go. Alright. So, let's go ahead and let's see if we can get some of this tree detailed out a little bit more. There's a part in this movie that's probably got one of the most unique little things that they have for an inspirational type of transportation. It's literally like it's called the cat bus, and it literally is a cat with like 8 legs, and he looks like a shape of a bus, like his eyes are like the headlights and stuff. And really neat creativity they came up with, coming up with all this stuff. Okay, put all this together, make a neat little magical world. Pointed areas to where we can really kind of show a little bit of a light and dark of the tree trunks and the branches and the bark on it. There we go. And she's going to have this side will be like a shadow area because of the way the moonlight is. So and of course we'll do the same thing for down here. She'll have a light part for her dress and a dark part here. This guy, we'll open up his eyes a little bit, we'll give him 2 little white spots. Maybe we'll go down just because he's got much smaller eyes. We'll use a 0.7. Put his eyes a little bit closer together like that, like you really push him. Trying to blow out through that little instrument. Whoops. Alright. Some of these construction lines before I start to shade in down there so that way they don't make the tree look a little funky. There we are. Some of these lines are okay though. We'll clean some of them up. Let's see. That she has, and she's sitting on top of that. She got her shoes there, give them a little lightness to it. Her hair got dark hair. Excellent. So you got me there. Let's go to a larger one, so that way I can do some of the leaves. This one's a little bit fatter and rounded out tip on it. So versus the other one that I was using. It's got a little bit a sharper point. Bring it up a little bit higher so you guys can see. So I have the autofocus turned off, so it probably gets a little bit blurry compared to down here. I had to do that so that way you guys could actually see the artwork instead of it just constantly flowing in and out. But let's see if we can. Let's throw the lead out a little bit more here. We're gonna maybe I'll grab this one that's already got some black on it and see if I can use it just to kind of get some of these leaf impressions. I'll go with some of this. There we go. And we'll run this a little bit this way and a little that way. Let's see if we can. And let me go to my fat one so I can kind of. This one we'll use to get like a larger sweep. See, by using that bigger area, I can get a larger sweep of this to where we can kind of block it in, and then we can add some more detail like this. A little lighter up here because this is in the background. Trees and branches in the foreground. Makes it look nice. There we go. Let's see. A little bit there. And what we'll do is we'll work this in slowly to where it gets darker and darker. That way we can make the background nighttime as well. This is the tricky part because you want it to not be too dark. You want it to kind of have a little bit of a moonlight feel to it. And you want it to show also darkness. There we go. Go this way. And what we can do now is, now that we got a little bit of that, we're going to put these guys over here to the side, and now we're going to work in a couple of shading areas we're going to hit. That way it'll darken this out a little bit more, then we can work on the night sky. Probably back a little bit after shock if you're still drawing away. Yep, I might actually cut it out early and stuff once we get this guy done. So, but still got to do some of the night sky and stuff, and we'll do a little bit of work on that to kind of finish it up. We'll at least get one of these done up, because I do need to get probably back to work a little bit on this harness, so that way I don't have nearly as much work tomorrow to have to worry about, because I have a Mooney that I got has a communication issue, and I already did a little bit of a quick checking on that. And it's not the actual radio itself. I think it's going to be the antennas or the wiring jacks. Understand. Have a great night. If you do stop early. Well, thank you, Brian. If you do too. Just a little bit extra darkness to help give a little bit more body and light to these tree branches. These clusters see it in color. Yep. Well, this is a nice thing because this would typically be like if it was like a watercolor and stuff, you would have mostly a blue washes with it, or if you were to put this in color because you're kind of making it as a twilight one. So that's the sort of thing. But it's really nice to work with just different grayscale area because it actually you can work on the composition really easily. So, but let me go to grab one of my lead pieces here and see if I can go to actually one of my lead pencils. And this is a Derwent 2B lead pencil. I just have it in an extender and stuff, so when it gets short, so that way I can use up as much of it I can. But that's just so I have plenty to work with, so I'm not choked up on it all the time. Let's see if we can actually. We might actually not need it. I just need to give it a little bit of a haze, so we might actually. This might actually be okay, but what I might actually do is we might actually take the glove off and use our finger and use our hand. Because we just want to kind of cloud this a little bit to make it give it a little bit of a darker look to it. We can usually grab a little bit here and we can bring it back over. This is where you actually want. This is where you're going to smudge your paper. Here we go. We're getting a little bit there, but I think I might actually need to use the pencil. Sometimes I can get enough of it on there, but we're going to take this. I'm just going to literally run a light. I'm not even putting weight on. I'm just kind of letting the lead run off of there on the side. So that way I can get a little bit down, and we're going to spread him out to where we can slowly lighten it in. So it kind of looks like rain when you first put it down because you're, whoops, lead already, that one was not holding that, so let me loosen him up and stretch him out so I can get him in my pencil sharpener. Perfect. There we go. This will help show off some of the moonlight, or did it say twilight? And the interesting thing on this is you don't want to do it short, because if you do, you'll get little stop points and little bumps that you'll have to work out. So you kind of want to run off the end up to the edge of the part, and of course you don't want to catch like where you have some of the darkness on it. You want to go just up to it. There we go. And it's a little tough when you're using one of these because it's definitely a big one, so we're just going to. There we go. Let's see if we can lighten that up a tiny bit and blend it some more to where it doesn't look so strong there. So if that happens, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. There we go. And we're not putting too much weight down on it. Just enough just to build up a bit. And we've got some areas you just can literally dab this. Because you're shadowing, so you can literally dab some of it off. And you can either roll it to go to a part that doesn't quite have it in there to smooth it out. So neat little tricks we can do. Slowly blend it in, bring it in. Let's see here. it's better just to use your finger. Just giving it a little hint. That's all we can do. So we can actually let me go back over this. There we are. We're going to work this area a little bit darker because where the moon is going to be at, where it's bright, usually when you look around it, because of the brightness on there, it gets darker. It's like as you look further away from it, you start to see like a little bit more of the night sky and stuff. But when you look close to it, the way light is, it makes the stuff surrounding it, so that's why it gives it that nice dark edge and that crisp edge on it. So we're going to try and see if we can mimic that a little bit by making this area a little bit darker, and then we'll make that edge. Typically what we'd do is I'd grab my ruler, or one of my utensils, for a circle. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. We're over here now. I had to move some of my stuff around. Let's see. Let's grab some templates, especially when you want to make a nice crisp line area. So, nothing wrong with using templates, rulers, mock-ups, models, whatever you need. These might be the right ones we can use. Put these guys over here. We'll use one of these maybe. Should we give it? We don't want that like look so huge. No, we don't want it to be like where you typically see just a corner of it. Maybe if we put it towards just has a little bit taken off on the edge there. So what we do, see if we can use the electric eraser to clean up right around and use this as a template piece. And we'll take and put some texture on this, because even with the moon, because the moon's not going to be, kind of see if we can give it a neat little effect here. There we go. So what we did is we basically are going to gives us our markup area that we want for the moon on that corner, and it might not show up on the monitor on the camera, but we're going to work that in a little bit more. So what we'll do is we'll catch this edge. Dark spots for the moon. And when you look at it, you'll see a couple little dark areas. So sounds like the girls are home. The doggo is going nuts as usual. And we'll go to here. Use this guy just to kind of spots. Let's see if we can work in this moon. Smooth this guy out on the outside. Yep. And that's how that's all we did. Was we kind of darkened it in, and you couldn't the way because we darkened the whole back area. It was kind of hard to see that it was actually darkening out from the white. But this is how we can build it up to where. Now we can start pushing it away, away from it. So we go to the bigger piece. Let's see if we can. There we go. Let's see. Cross here, so that way it doesn't go all just one direction. We can push it through. Let's see. It's not bad for a little tiny sketch. Just a little sketchbook sketch. Well, it's not totally little. It's a little bit bigger than this guy. So, this one's more just for practicing little things and trying to get ideas down. This one we can actually get the little art pieces on. It's pretty nice to not have to worry about. There we go. Just kind of work it out and about. Like so. Like so. Alright. Let's do another little bit over here.
Well, here's the sleep shop's answer.
Let's go ahead and we're going to cross them, so that way we actually don't have it look more. It looks like it's just in a ring. There we go. Let's make sure we're a little bit quicker using your finger.
Well, here's the sleep shop's answer.
Use this. Let's see if we can. Okay, nice little twilight scene. Alright. Put these guys all back up, put that off to the side. Make sure I put my glove on now so that way I can sign it without smearing it all over the place. And I think we're putting it right down here in the tree. Today is the 2nd of May. Already in May. There we go. Oh, cool. And it's 8:15. Not too bad. Just a nice little hour one today. Been a little hectic anyway. Let me get a little bit of this cleaned up. We'll call this. Thank you, Frontier Man. But yep. So something simple, nice little scene. Doesn't have to be overly detailed. You know, as long as you get the right composition, the right feel to it, you don't have to worry about drawing every little detail all the time on it. Sometimes simple is nice, and it gives it the right little kind of playful, light feel that you have to it. So, but anyway, flip over to here. All right, put the glove up. thanks for hanging out with me, guys. It's been a great Tuesday night. I'm glad I got to be able to finally do this again and get a little bit of relaxation time. We did a nice little draw on it. And Frontier Man, good night, Frontier Man. So I hope you guys have yourself a good night. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you on Thursday. Unless you do the live streams, unless you aside from the live stream, you watch my Instagram and my Facebook and stuff, and see what I do with my other time that I have. So anyway, I hope you have a great night, good Wednesday. God bless, and don't forget, let's create something together. You guys take care now.